Hey, it's Courtney with Ridgeside Canine Orlando. I wanted to give a little update on a dog I worked with in Detroit when I lived there in 2017. It was before I was working for Ridgeside. It was one of my earlier clients when I first started training dogs professionally. And it was this dog named Raja. It was owned by a gentleman who lived and worked in Detroit. And I boarded and I didn't train, just boarded this dog for a period of off and on for a period of about 6 months. The dog was very resource aggressive, especially with food, but it was manageable. And then one day, I was in a hurry. I grabbed the food bowl without giving him enough space from it, and he bit me in the arm. He bit me in the forearm. I had 4 punctures in my forearm, and then he bit me in the bicep. I ended up, I actually choked the dog unconscious to get him to let go, and then got out of the area that he was kenneled in. And it was pretty traumatic for me. I'm sure for the dog. I don't enjoy needing to do things like that to the dog, but it was that or he was going to seriously hurt me. It wasn't like a little nip bite. This was a bite, a crushing hold. This dog wanted to hurt me. And I told the owner, this dog needs serious aggression rehabilitation, or I can't work with the dog. And he didn't want to spend the money. I wasn't in a position to convince him that he should give me the money to do that. And so I just let it be, and I stopped working with the dog. This is about, not quite a year ago, or not quite 2 years ago, I guess. I never really thought about Raj again until yesterday. I got a text message from a lady in Detroit, a dog trainer that I'm acquainted with, who had been working with Raja the last 4 months. And she told me that a very similar situation. She was aware of his resource aggression, but it had never been expressed in forward aggression. And that changed one day, very similar thing. She was in a hurry. She grabbed his empty food bowl. He tagged her, broke her radius in her forearm, punctures all over her arms and legs. And the most dangerous bite was actually the dog opened up her abdominal cavity, bit her in the stomach. This is terribly graphic, but the dog was trying to disembowel her and was nearly successful. Thankfully, her significant other was home and was able to beat the dog into a position where it tried to escape. And the poor girl, she spent 5 days or so in the hospital. The dog was put down, and now they're in a situation where the homeowner's insurance surely isn't going to cover the damages. I don't know how the dog trainer in question, what sort of insurance coverage she has. I don't know. I didn't ask. It wasn't my place. But likely this is going to result in a very expensive lawsuit to the owner of this dog, and he's going to be personally liable for the damages, most likely. He didn't tell her that the dog had previous bites, which it did. I wasn't speaking to her since she started working with the dog. I didn't know. And now, a woman was almost killed in front of her children and her significant other. A dog is dead, and 2 people's lives, at least, are going to be forever changed because of the lawsuit and the damages, that started it all. And so the point is, I can completely empathize. Dog training is very expensive. I charge a lot of money. I know I don't charge as much as some people, but I do charge a lot of money. And so, anytime someone's in a position where they can't afford it, I understand. But, there are options out there. PayPal credit is a great option. like if you have a dangerous dog, it doesn't matter if the dog is safe with you. If you have a dog that is capable of doing damage to other people, you need to be aware of that at a minimum, and you need to know how to manage it. And you need to be able to articulate the issues you're having with the dog to anyone else who might be handling the dog. You can't just hope and pray. So, to anyone out there struggling, I understand it. I wasn't always the most, educated. I'm still not the most educated dog handler or trainer. But, there's no excuse for having a dangerous animal and just using prayer and hope as your defense against the dog hurting someone and ruining your life because of a lawsuit. I don't know. I guess I'm really venting more than anything. I feel for this girl. I'm sad for the dog. I'm sad for the dog's owner. This was predictable, and as Aaron says, predictable is preventable. So there's no excuse for the situation that everyone's in. I don't even know. I don't know where I'm going with this. But thanks for listening. If you have any questions, comments, just hit me up below. Send me a message, whatever you want. This is Courtney, Richside K9 Orlando.